Hey everyone, it's Fiktxun Crypto back at it again with another video. Today we have some really great news about this XRP and SEC case. The SEC decided to come out with a very good article for us to read over in regards to the CFTC. Also, we have more Ethereum scams, and honestly, I am getting sick and tired of covering Ethereum scams and this whole scamish ecosystem that Ethereum has kind of turned into. I think it's time to put an end to this thing. Also, we have the creator fund. Ripple has decided to donate or put 1 billion XRP towards this creators fund. This is huge. Let's get straight into it. But before we get into today's video, please give us a follow on Twitter. I can't say anything but thank you. What we're doing on our channel is tracking digital asset companies, and we put them on YouTube to show you all. We really want to just keep track of these companies, making sure they are doing the right types of things, and also people are invested in these tokens. So right here we see there's a new scam going around that tries to play off your fear in order to trick you into signing away your valuable assets. Expect these to become more popular in the future. We're getting sick and tired. Like we said, we're getting sick and tired of this. We want the government to come do something about this blockchain. At this point, people are literally going to Ethereum and they're just losing money overall. The transaction time, you're losing money in transaction times. The security of the system, people are still getting hacked for everything that they own. It's just a horrible thing that's going on with Ethereum right now. They really need to address this problem. So the second post says, a user made a post about Opencv Vulnerability, claiming that they lost a large amount of approval to Opencv, the API. They direct you to revoke your approvals in the linked site to do so. A site or this site is not legitimate. Bookmark revoke.cash or just use Etherscan. And you see this dude just lost $100,000. I would be crying. I wouldn't even, I would be crying because this is a lot. This is life-changing money to people. And the government, our government, the people that we pay taxes to is allowing a industry to fester in activities like this. This is really crazy. It's starting to make me look at things differently and how this government is actually working. Are they working for us? And then you see this is when you connect to the link site. Now this is above my pay grade. You coders may know what all of this good data, metadata, and all that good stuff is. And then right here, this fourth one, it says when you load up this page, this will be a script of buttons to the Opencv API. It really just brings you through a bunch of extra stuff that you should not be doing. This is just insane to see that Ethereum scams can get this. Look how it looks. It looks good. Like it looks like a great project. It looks straight up legitimate. So it needs to be some government or governance to the blockchain immediately. We're trying to run businesses on this thing, and come on, it's crazy. But on to the next story with Ripple. And one thing I like to note, my experience with dealing with this blockchain has been very great. What we're doing is using this blockchain to kind of bring over businesses from the real world, working with older people that don't know too much about the technology, and we're trying to integrate these blockchains into their businesses some way, either for logistics, price rewards or rewards from shopping, just a whole bunch of things you can kind of use these tokens or blockchains for. So what we see here is that Ripple has committed 1 billion XRP to encourage and accelerate the development of an open source project on the XRP ledger. This is huge. We are about to actually apply for this one, but let's see. This is where some of those funds are going to. Our creator fund has received 4,000 submissions, all focused on NFT use cases. Here are 3 recipients, and they are taking their project to the next level. So we're going to shout out Justin Booyah. We're going to shout out XRPL Punks. We're going to shout out Steven Sebring. These are some great looking projects that we kind of went over. We definitely covered XRPL Punks before. We're going to look more into Justin Booyah and Steven Sebring. But, you know, one thing I kind of noticed when I was looking at this, XRPL Punks, I don't know, seems like they're getting a Ripple grant almost every round. And what I'm trying to do is develop a fund for minority people, or disadvantaged minority males, disadvantaged minority women who want to build on an XRP ledger, but they don't have the resources. So we need Ripple, we need your help, we need XRPL Punk's help, everybody who got some money from this, we need your help, because we're working with people in the Philippines, Pakistan, the United States. I mean, I don't even have a laptop to send these people to actually work for the XRPL and work for us. So we definitely need funding in some of these underserved communities to grow. These companies have teams. XRPL Punks has a huge team. You know, it's time for minorities to get their own funding, so we don't have to really compete and go against people who already have the necessary tools, the necessary things to just start developing. I mean, I'm going to start a petition very soon, so we'll probably hear something very soon from them. On to the next story. We have a tweet from Jack the Rippler. Boom, you see it right there. Ripple partner unlocks $34 billion for cross-border payments. It's a market in the Philippines, and this is really, really interesting. Let's read into this article just a tad bit. It says, in a recent release, iRemit, a non-bank remittance service provider that leverages Ripple's ODL to process Australia to Philippine remittances, has announced a partnership with Velo Labs to unlock $34 billion for cross-border payments to the market in Philippines. And, you know, this is the thing that I'm starting to see a trend in. Okay, we are going to start seeing how scarce this XRP token is going to be. Just imagine these contracts, how they have contracts like China and Russia had a 30-year contract for using their currencies. Just imagine what is going to happen with these cryptocurrencies, or excuse me, we're not using cryptocurrencies on the ledger, digital assets. Just imagine how these digital assets are going to be the same currency type providers. They're going to want to settle in this digital asset instead of this digital asset. That XRP is going to be very scarce. If they locked in a contract to use XRP for $34 billion worth of cross-border payments, I mean, that means a lot of XRP is going to be used specifically for them. Now, what about all the other regions that need to use this same XRP? See, I believe a system is going to be created with this XRP token, or any token, where it's going to be a grab. They're going to need the XRP so much that these huge countries start to grab XRP from Ripple and lend it out themselves, because it's going to be so scarce. And that's what we're going to see, this price drive, when we talk about these huge numbers on XRPL pricing, well, excuse me, on the XRP token. But I believe we're coming into a new system, and we are coming into a system. I don't have to believe it because it's already here. Last year, Novati Group announced that Ripple was joining the global payment network to tap RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service, leveraging the digital asset XRP for cross-border payments. I mean, we already kind of know this. James K. Fallon is just giving us some more information. And then the craziest thing today from the SEC, literally, the SEC proposes rules for registration and regulations of security-based swap execution facilities. I had some very very good information that I digged up for you all. Let's read some of the things in this. We found out that, well, actually, let me just read it. In developing this proposal, the Commission sought to harmonize as closely as practical with parallel rules to the In developing in this proposal, the Commission sought to harmonize as closely as practical with parallel rules to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC. It governs swap execution facilities and swap executions generally. So we did a video yesterday about a new swap execution facility on the XRP ledger. It's called StakeX. So this is going to be interesting how these swaps and things are going to be regulated. I'm interested to see how some of these projects will last into the future with this new regulatory system and clarity being coming out. The Commission seeks to obtain regulatory benefits comparable to those under the CFTC regime while minimizing costs imposed on SBSEFs, sorry, I can't talk today, and their members. What this means is the SEC is saying, hey, we are going to let the CFTC kind of run these things. We're going to run exactly almost how they run things. The way they run it, we want to run it, but all we need is to have cheaper cost on our transactions. This is insane. So you see right here that the CFTC and the SEC are going to kind of be working a little bit more hand in hand. The SEC is actually saying in this article, literally, that they're going to mirror the rules from the CFTC. What that means is, and also they're going to regulate these SBSEFs or these swap exchanges. This is going to be different because I was looking at the CFTC website trying to figure out some swap execution facilities, and we see the Mercantile and all of these other ones, these trading floors. But what about Coinbase? But what about these companies like Binance? What about these companies like Coinbase that does the same exact things as all of these companies, and even companies like Sologenic? What about companies like that? Sologenic does more than Coinbase, actually. So, I mean, I believe that we are going to see the CFTC regulate these exchanges. And why I believe that is Coinbase already acquired a company that was literally in direct partnership with the CFTC. I mean, this keeps getting better and better for us as XRP holders. Regulation is coming. Right here it says Coinbase made an announcement in the company blog on January 13th, which revealed the exchange acquired Fiktxun. Now, this is a Commodities Future Trading Commission regulated derivatives exchange. The company stated the move will pave the way to offer crypto derivatives for the American customer. I dropped my pen for you all. What more do we have to see here? We know what industry we are in. We know what the direction is in. I mean, it just takes time. I believe what Brad Kimes was saying is coming to be true. It is definitely a merger type of vetting process that's going on right now. And you see that with some of these acquisitions these companies have bought with government entities. So that's really cool. Last but not least, let's get to this chart review for XRP because, like I said, we've been in a bear market on XRP since April the 1st of 2021, and nobody believed me. Guess what happened? The price dropped again. And why is this price steadily dropping? It's because we aren't doing the things on the chart, or it's not, the technicals aren't adding up. So whatever your trader is telling you that XRP is gaining this, they're telling you that for the long run, it's not a day trading perspective. Remember that. So when you buy a token on some of these people's calls, and I'm gonna always say never buy a token on any of my calls because none of this is financial advice. I just know how to read a chart with lines on it and numbers. I have gained a great understanding of this. So let's break it down why I believe, and my opinion, believe that this chart did not go anywhere. First off the bat, a lot of traders are legitimately on the wrong side of the market. Just in general, like 90%, 95% of traders, or 97%, excuse me, are generally trading against the market. You already have things in front of you like bots. I mean, unofficial times. These are not actually, like, this price is changing every second. You can't see that. Your computer is not keeping up with it. And honestly, their systems are made for them, and these systems are made for us. You know, it's a money market. This market is not your friend. Whatever you guys believe, just believe that this market is not your friend. So anything they can do to get a penny from you, that is what is happening. Let's look at this. We're going to invert our chart to show you a different perspective. And this might help you trade a lot better. All you have to do is go to, exit out of here. Click on this right here, left or right click. We're going to go to Invert Scale and watch how this chart, just look how different it looks. So now if you invert your chart, you'll be able to see, okay, from the top of that, you know, we're going down. We got a lower high. We did not break structure right here at all, even though we got a fake out. And let me remove this for you because you can see this wick. This is what gets you all. You know, people buy in these prices right before it closes. You have to wait to the close because look, it pumped there. Everybody, yeah, 90-cent XRP, yeah, we're going to the moon. And yep, they started making all them videos about it and they shut it off. That is how this market is. And it closed down here. It actually closed below the last lower high. We're looking for a break of structure. It did not break structure. That's why you're seeing a price dump, guys. You have to break the structure and it has to close before we see these tremendous moves in price. So let's flip the scale back up. Now what I do believe is we are still on track to advancing in price. I'm not going to say that we're going back to like 60 cents or anything, but I do believe that that was the move that we were looking for to move up. You know, we have to go back to the last liquidity areas of liquidity, which really is kind of in here or down here, before we move up. But these charts are giving us higher highs to stay in a trend. And we see that higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. That means we're going up. So expect a little touch of this down here in these areas. It's a lot of liquidity down here. Expect a wick all the way down here randomly. Expect that. It's supposed to happen like this. So, I mean, we can see pricing if we do come back to this area of liquidity. And you see, I put this, I thought I'll put it, I'm gonna put this one on this end of this wick. This is where I'm believing we kind of come back down. I believe we break down a little bit more. XRP price moves in increments of three. One movement, two movement, and boom, a third drop. It really does. So I expect prices of, 91 cent is fairly easy. We touch that area of liquidity back up here. And then we could be looking at 103, 127. But this is not going to moon anytime soon. I'm just being honest. As far as a business assessment of this token goes, they're going through a whole lot of stuff. We're going to be real with you all on this channel. This is an asset that your dollar cost averaging over the years, over a couple of years into this litigation thing is over with. We know what the asset is for, so that is all you need to know. It's not to take over the government, it's to actually work with the governments and help them. So, just stay calm. I'm doing research constantly. Other blockchains, other opportunities, lots of passive income opportunities coming to the XRP ledger with the hooks, smart contracts amendment. I mean, look at Sologenics. It's other tokens. I really can't tell anybody to purchase an asset or an item, but all I can do is kind of say my opinion. And if you believe that my opinion is better than your opinion, that is on you. And you are allowed to believe that because it is your opinion that my opinion is better. Some people's opinions are better, and views on certain things are better because you can see different perspectives. And that is what this chart and trading market is really about. What perspective do you see? Do you want to buy right now or do you want to sell? Should you buy on a daily chart or should you buy on a weekly chart? So it's about perspective. Life is about perspective. Let's view things in a good light. XRP is going to possibly increase in price, if the other scenario that I came up with doesn't happen, which we will make a video about. Woo! So yeah, we're gonna get about it here today. It is Fiktxun Crypto. I hope you all enjoy this one. Peace.